since day one. What I want is them to be with the team, and they always are. Hello? It's from Talksport.
That shouldn't be working like that.
It's for you. Wait a second, please. It's Avi from Talksport.
Shouldn't be doing that now. Not for now.
What was the question?
Simon Crabtree with Jose Mourinho. This is for a preview for the Liverpool game. Jose, thank you very much for your time. We do appreciate it. I'm going to start with the news of Marouane Fellaini, though, if I may. Obviously, we saw him pick up a slight knock to his knee playing for Belgium. Do we know how he is?
No, I don't know.
Is he back yet?
No.
Have Belgium been in touch to give you any updates?
Not with me. Not with me. Maybe with the doctor, but not with me.
Okay. Do you expect him to come in today for any scans or?
No, I don't expect. But from what I read, I don't think he can play the match.
How much of a problem would that be if he couldn't then?
No problem.
Because of the cover that you've got and...
Another one, please. No problem for me.
Who, if you did play the two again in front of the defence, would Ander come back in? How capable of he of filling that position?
Not just Ander. You know, we trust every player. We lost players last season. We lost players this season, and our way of think and feel is really no problem. One player is not playing, plays another one. Is an opportunity for another one, and we trust, and we never hide behind this or that player, this or that injury. We trust the ones that are going to play.
Let me take you just to the last match. The Crystal Palace game was your 250th win in English football as a manager. How does the feeling of that 250th compare to the first one when you beat Manchester United when you arrived?
I didn't know. I just know after the match when some journalist told me that, because I'm not good on this kind of stats and numbers, and sometimes I get surprised when you come to me and say this is the match number that, this is the match number this is the victory number. I had absolutely no idea about it, but honestly nothing changed. The first one was against Manchester United. The 250 was with Manchester United, and in between so many matches, so many great matches, and so many opportunities for me to enjoy what I most like to do, which is to play football.
So how many more do you like? How far could you go on? Do you think there'll ever be a moment when you won't enjoy it as much as that first one?
You know, normally when I'm not happy, I change the club. Because I'm always happy with football, and I don't see myself stopping. One day I will have to, but I'm just 54, and I see myself playing and playing and playing and enjoying the same way as I'm doing.
I get the feeling on the brief opportunities I ever have to talk to you that it feels maybe it's different here at Manchester United for you, that this is somewhere that you could be for a longer stretch of time. Is that fair?
You never know. You never know. No, football is football. Sometimes you think so, and for some reason that doesn't happen. The only thing I can say is that I would like to do that, but who knows? Football, nobody knows.
As a football supporter, I get quite excited of big matches like this one, with every respect to other teams in the league. Do you get excited for historically big clashes like Manchester United against Liverpool?
No.
Nothing changes for you?
3 points. 3 points. I think it happened this season. an opposite player told me this match for us is like a cup final, and I thought, why? When you are in a big club, when you are a big player, when you are a big manager, every match is important. You cannot look at some matches as cup finals and other matches different than that. For me, every match is a cup final. And I've been like this all the time. Do I like to go to Anfield? Yes, I love. Do I like to play against Liverpool? Yes. I like amazing stadiums. I like the best opponents. But it's not different. The preparation is not different. The way I prepare myself is not different. It's just a match.
Are Liverpool rival contenders this year, do you think, in terms of if United are up there at the top, are they someone who can stop United winning that title?
Well, they can win that title. I don't know if I understood your question.
Just in terms of, obviously you're at the top with Manchester City at the moment, Liverpool are a good few places behind. Come the end of this season, can you imagine yourself and Liverpool being 1 and 2?
Yeah, why not? Very good team, good players, good investment, amazing history, desire of success, amazing on field, even better now. Great supporters, always behind the team in a very strong way. Yeah.
What do you feel, if anything, has changed for your team this season that we can compare to the team last season?
We are playing better.
Is there something specific though that you think, or is it just a natural progression?
I think it's a natural progression. Second season, a few new players, more understanding between all of us, good results, but not just that, playing well, being very dominant. I think the only team that really gave us problems in terms of that was Southampton, where for 30 minutes, 35 minutes, they were the strongest team on the pitch. Apart of that, I think we are playing really well, and we have to try to keep doing the same.
I know everybody talks about Romelu, and rightly so, for the goals that he's scoring, but what sort of difference as well has Nemanja Matic, what has he added to your team this season?
Yeah, one scores goals and another one is a midfield player, an anchor man, a player that we always need to give us some more stability in our football. And in this moment, we are a team with good stability, with good control of matches. And I think Matic is being important for that. We are scoring our goals, and of course our striker, our number 9, is a man with a very strong arrival at the club.
How different a player is he now from the Romelu that you knew when he was much younger at Chelsea?
4 or 5 years of experience, playing every weekend at the Premier League, progressing from West Bromwich, Albion, Everton, now Manchester United. Natural progression of a talented player. Now, obviously, much more mature, much more close to be an ended product.
And just finally for me, if I may, whenever we're lucky enough to speak with any of your players, they always talk about not necessarily a love towards you, but certainly a great respect, and they feel that they're learning a lot more than they have anywhere else. Is there a magic or something that you particularly do that gains that trust with players? What is it, do you think, that how the players trust you and clearly do love you and respect you?
I try to treat them like they deserve. And I think this effort that I always make to try to be fair with them, I think football players, they appreciate. I'm not saying that I'm always nice. I'm not saying that I always treat them well. I try to treat them always according to the moment, and I think football players they ask for that, and more important than the relation boss players. I think this was more a relation from the past. I think now in modern football, I think is more the respect between an older man and some younger guys, but between human beings.
I was going to almost suggest it was almost like parenting skills, the way that, not that you would talk to children, but he's maybe more like a big brother?
I don't know. I just try to do my job, and I think before I deal with football players, I deal with men. I deal with young men. I deal with kids, because some of them, they are really kids of 18, 19, 20. And I think this is important. Before they are football players, they are human beings. And I think honesty, being direct, face-to-face, honest, I think this is something the players, they appreciate and create a good relation.
Thank you as always for your time. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
When we hit the crossbar twice early in the second half, were you concerned?
Of course, concerned, because against good teams you don't create so many chances, and when you hit the bar twice, it's come to your brain that maybe you cannot do it, but certainly good luck. And the best. This is your family. Come to your brain that maybe you don't do it, but 1 minute later you believe again that you are going to do it. So you go, and so happy for the boys and for the fans, for the club.
That is quite a reception you're getting there. Do you like the fact that people here love you?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel good with that. I feel even better when I play at home, Stamford Bridge, and I feel that my stadium is with me. But I confess that I also like when I go away and I feel the stadium is against me.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to ask you a really tough question now. You ready?
Let's try.
Of all the clubs you've managed, which is your favourite?
Well, you know, I have to be honest and say that every club I go, I arrive, I wear the shirt, and not even to sleep, I take the shirt off.
You do.
But the only one that I wear the shirt twice was Chelsea, because it was the only club where I left and I come back. So I would say Chelsea, but I have also to confess that Inter was really special, and Porto was my beginning, and I can't forget that. And a giant like Real Madrid is also an honor to manage.
There is only one club, though, that you've actually sung for. Because he can sing the song. Well, he can sing a bit of the song. I don't mean to be unkind, but... I don't mean to be unkind, but that singing is truly terrible.
I know.
I mean, I wanted to be able to say we can loan you to The Voice, but we can't. You've had a very colourful relationship with the media in this country. Do you see that as part of the game? Do you actually enjoy it? Because you've got to give a lot of press conferences, don't you? How many in a week?
It depends, but sometimes we play 3 matches and 3 means 6 press conferences. It's too much. It's too much.
Let's have a look at some of Jose's finest sort of performances in press conference.
Do you know what those starting lineups will be tomorrow?
So Oscar is a yellow card. This one, the ref. I didn't speak. It was Billy, the masseur, that spoke to the team. He was screaming so much in his Scottish, I didn't understand really. I didn't understand, but the players were clapping. Okay, let's go.
That last one, in reference to the masseur who you got to give the speech, was this before Manchester City game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Bill is a special guy and with a special accent. I have to say that even sometimes with Sir Alex, when I speak with him face to face, good, but when he's on the phone,
You can't understand. You just say yes every now and again.
yeah. I'm polite.
Yeah, exactly. Did it work? Did the masseur's speech work?
We won.
Yeah, perfect. Get him on again. You've just released a book that charts your amazing career. You've won 22 trophies in 15 years. What would you say are your career highlights? What are the things that you will never, ever forget, that you just go, yes, that was a moment of magic?
You know, the moment I will never forget is the first 3 months of the season 2015-16.
That is unforgettable, yes. And actually, it's a fair point, that, because lots of people will say, judge me on my successes. Others will say, judge me on how I recover from a difficult start, which is what you're in the process of doing.
Well, I prefer to be judged by my career and by the victories, but I have to say that it's a good experience.
For you learning things about yourself or learning things about the players?
About myself. About the players, I think I know everything about them. About myself, I still had some things to discover, and this period was important for me. I'm better than I thought.
Does it matter to you if players like you? Do they need to like you?
I think they need to like to work with me. I think they need to understand that I am the best manager they can work with. I think that is very, very important. Like me, don't like me, the person, the man, big friends, that's a supplement. But I think it's fundamental that the manager is somebody the players they look at and they know that he's good.
And they need to be a tiny weeny bit scared?
No. No, I don't think so.
Sometimes.
No.
No. How do you say to yourself, and indeed to your players, right, these are our aims for this year? Do you set out a plan at the beginning of a season, or do you just...
Yeah.
Yeah?
I always establish the impossible target, and I tell them this is the impossible target, but the target is win every match. They know that is impossible, and this season is proving that is really impossible.
How do you find other clubs and other managers? I mean, would you send each other Christmas cards? Do you sort of chat? Are you mates?
Honestly?
Yeah.
3 groups of managers with my Christmas cards and my secretary. One I just sign. Another one I send a personalized message. And another one I don't send.
I really love that.
Yeah, honestly, to a big sum, the Christmas card is not big enough, because I really enjoyed to write a message to a good guy. But some others...
When you think about the moments that you're happiest away from football, what are the things that make you smile, that just give you peace, that make you feel, you know, alive?
In this moment, win a match.
Jose said in an interview recently that it's impossible to go anywhere in the world without people recognising him, so we thought we'd put it to the test. So do you think the Maasai warriors, the remote tribe in Kenya, would... Yes? Let's have a look.
Jose Mourinho with Chelsea.
And And actually, to be fair, you've met Maasai warriors in Kenya, haven't you?
Yes, and they did something amazing for me. Because I was there in holidays. At the same time, a World Cup was being played in South Africa. And in my hotel, no television. And they made sure I got a television in the middle of that tribe. And I watched the World Cup.
Had you wanted to watch the World Cup?
I didn't.
But you've got to be great.